Kenya Moore has us wondering, and it's an age old question. Was it a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the BS? Was it? Now, why am I asking you all this question? Well, because it was asked to Kenya. And here is her response, which I find very fascinating. Now, what we need to know is this: the Real Housewives of Atlanta after show was likely filmed before the timing of the reveal that Kim and Kroy would be attending church together and trying to work on their marriage despite divorce filings, accusations of unfit parenting, substances, kidnapping, gambling addictions, all the allegations that have flooded the internet, along with the idea that they owe several creditors, one of whom being the I to the R to the S, oh yes, as well as the Target of all the things, as well as the BMW, Bentley, Rolls Royce, or whomever, okay? And it's interesting that the Real Housewives of Atlanta after show likely filmed much before then. So it was also interesting to see Kenya when asked about her thoughts on Kim and Kroy. And shout out to our friends over at the Bravo Shade Room. I saw this, floating around yesterday after, because there's always a lot to talk about and cover after an episode. And I said, wow, we got to talk about this. Now, it's the timing of it for me, because at this point in time when this was filmed, she would not have known that they would ultimately get back together for the sake of the kids. Okay. Okay. You see the quotes, you see the quotations. So when asked, she says they're not getting a divorce. It's just a way to separate their assets or get out of owing some of their debtors. And I said, well, if that don't beat all, is that the case? After all of the 911 calls, the plethora of resources wasted, okay, wasted on this divorce drama, or was it just that? Was it just drama for the sake of showcasing a divorce that would never indeed truthfully come to fruition, perhaps in an effort to get back on the show? Now, when I was searching for any Kim Zolciak news, especially after she made the waves yesterday, it's interesting to me that one of the outlets stated that she was not trying to get back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, which I did not believe. But what we do know is that they are not in couples therapy after calling off the divorce. Okay. They are moving right on ahead. Now, you would think after revealing all of that information, okay, the TMZ reports that the decision came out of nowhere, all right, that they are not even in any way considering any type of marital counseling. Interesting. All right. Very interesting. So it appears as though Kenya Moore was maybe predicting the future when she made this statement. Because again, I'm sure they filmed this prior to, I mean, the reveal. I mean, because it was only days ago that we found out that they would no longer be getting a divorce. So what do you guys think? Is Kenya Moore the clairvoyance? Is she? Or did she just peep the game? Let us know what you think in the chatterization down below. Side note, y'all, I just saw the most disturbing video, okay, of Jocelyn being arrested by the police after that fight down to the Vegas. Okay. Now remember, we had all initially thought that it was about the Big Lex thing that got her arrested. But oh no, it wasn't that. As I listened to Q, aka Funky Dineva, had gotten wind that it was about another altercation after that. Okay. And we finally see this altercation from what looks to be either police cam footage or whatever the case may be. It's on Hollywood Unlocked. I think it might be on the Neighborhood Talk, but it's definitely on Hollywood Unlocked. If you want to watch it, go ahead and watch it. It's too much for me to show here, okay? And it is very triggering. So, listen, I'll put the link down below if you want to watch, but it was something else. It's disturbing. It's really disturbing. For a lot of reasons. Anyway, the next thing that I do want to talk about is there was a lot of chaos and confusion happening after this charity event on the Real Housewives of Atlanta on Sunday. And I'm not necessarily sure why, because it sounds like all donations were collected. All right. So Marlo Hampton, back in 2021, Gibson Johns, who is a very popular, is he a podcaster, entertainment correspondent, so to speak? I guess with that media personality, that may be a good word. I'm always trying to be politically correct when I can be. Had posted and said Marlo coming through with a $5,000 donation to Candy's charity and giving it to her in front of everyone else. Just another reason to stand. And so Marlo then replied and said, that part, I've always been a giver. It's in my DNA. How long did it take Bestie to come out of her wallet and donate to Candy Cares? Now, Kenya says, let's talk about why she's always bragging about money and fashion, but didn't want to donate to her bestie's charity. Interesting. Especially because someone commented and said, I know Marlo not talking about Kenya's dress when she had this ish on last year. Y'all remember when she was in that strawberry candy wrapper from last year? So then Kenya Moore says, deflection, lies, and fake drama. We know who has poor character, because Candy had posted and said, talk about my character, but I'm sure I show up for everyone. And then at this point, Kenya also says, well, Marlo had posted and said something like it was nothing to pull 5,000 out of my authentic Birkin from my sis Sonia Richie Rossi. Mommy Nation is doing amazing things for mothers in need. And so somebody said Marlo Budget Hampton said can't even spell Birkin. Oops. But has so much to say about fashions and being in exclusive rooms. She deleted the tweet after being called out. Did she delete that tweet? Let's go look. Let me look on the phone. Is Jamal in the phone? Let's see. Marlo Hampton. Marlo Hampton. I heart Marlo. I don't see it. Maybe she did delete it. I don't know. It looked like she might have deleted it. But anyway, Kenya Moore says, never raised her paddle. She mumbled something when I called her out for not donating. Had to be shamed to giving to her bestie. But the Fendi wool coat worn as a dress was a more important investment. I roll. Baby, listen. They is going at it about these donations. Listen, you would think at the end of the day, everybody just would be happy that, the donations came in. Like, I mean, Mommy Nation sounds like they racked up on some ducats and some dough. You know what I'm saying? Spend a little dough, as Lil Kim says. So anyway, y'all let me know what y'all make of this, because I'm confused. Maybe it's just another way for the ladies to insult each other. I don't know, and keep the buzz going. Let me know in the chatterization what you guys think, and I will catch you all in the next video.